Hello, Kawans! Welcome back to Immortal Part 2. I am Little Cat, your friendly neighborhood game master. In Session 3, a heart-to-heart was had between Valerius and Ghost before a night of well-needed rest. Floaty eventually was outfitted with a rudimentary sound device. To Ghost's chagrin, Snoopy left to deal with whatever it is they left to do, with a possible mention of their return, so we'll see where that goes. Without Snoopy in tow and their friendly mensome friend, their travel was hindered by by the by the appearance of two merchants in very big trouble, narrowly escaping their demise as a sinkhole opens up. Pleased that at least their wares could be safe, they thanked their heroes, exchanging some wares as thanks, more of that, and left on their merry way. The time is around noonish. Let me check. What is it? What is my game info? Yeah, the time is about 2 p.m. roughly, as you can tell. And we find the heroes trudging down a path south-ish towards the city. Ghost, you are approached by the tiny dwarf girl, or half-dwarf. She is clearly brimming with questions. Let me just really quickly.
Yes.
Transition. Okay. The snow and slush hits your feet as she puts her her hands over her mouth and clears her voice. Mr. Ghosto, first of all, thank you for saving us. We've never really been through an avalanche like that before. Also, sinkholes. Who would have thought? But I know we're not friends particularly, especially since we approached you and Mr. Snoopy for help, and my brother and I are very aware that it wasn't a great plan, but we really don't have that experience barging into the matriarch's forces, bases, homes. We used to live in a small cottage far away from people. I'm surprised I can talk to most humanoids. I'm surprised my brother grew up to be so charming. You see her face sort of question her statement, and then she looks back to her brother, sort of wondering if he heard her say that. Turns back to you, still walking. Forget I said that. I
Mhm.
I just want to know where and what you've been doing, considering everybody called you the Wendigo.
That was then. Now is now.
Hmm, I understand. Do you remember anything?
Mm. I'll try not to.
Sorry, your voice is a bit soft.
I'll try not to.
Ah, okay, better. Oh. Are you particularly stoic?
Yes, Ghost is seeming stoic.
Okay. Make me deception or deception or performance check to hold that position as you feel the motherly emotions and the young lady sort of well up at the back of your mind, seemingly pleased.
Okay. Let me see if this counts. Would this count here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So Ghost will use deception for this.
18. Let me roll. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, natural one. Thanks. Um, ugh. She doesn't even catch an ounce of what you're protecting, and she goes, "That that makes sense." She turns to Valerius. How far are you walking from each other?
Ghost is not particularly making an effort to stay away. He's just walking in a. He will take the lead if possible, based on what he remembers of the route. But he's not particularly avoiding anything, unless Floaty starts raising the volume.
Okay. Thankfully, Floaty does not have a voice unless Floaty is actively trying to bump his pre-made dingaling, for want of a better word, on a hard object. Not a euphemism. Valerius, where are you standing? Das ist muted.
My apologies. All right. Valerius is somewhere within the middle of the party, floating 10, 15 feet high on his carpet, keeping an eye out.
Okay. She looks up. You're a bit too far for her to whisper.
Does
But
she throw
it's
a
enough.
snowball at me?
No. You hear. You have high enough perception to hear her clear her voice, and you know the voice clearing as a call of attention.
I float down.
Sorry, throat clearing. Um. Mr. Valerius, sir?
That's right. Can I help you?
Yes. First of all, I'd like to thank you for deciding to join us. I didn't expect we'd get this far. Worst comes to worst, we were going to be caught and probably skinned alive or put to work in one of the labor camps. Not that we can't escape, but it'd be difficult.
Understandable.
I,
How are
I
you holding up?
make me an inside check.
When will this day end?
Next
8.
month. No.
Don't you dare.
8. With an 8, your focus is elsewhere.
Okay.
Ghost try to get a read on them as well,
Oh yeah, sure.
or rather the.
Ghost, you're walking in stride with the brother.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I will say, who are you looking at first?
The dwarf lady.
The dwarf. When
She's the one that mainly does the talking.
yeah, you're right. You're right. She does like to chat a bit awkwardly. Um, As soon as Valerius asks her if she's all right, you see her hold back a choke. And then it takes a while for her to regain her composure. Hearing someone say or ask whether you're all right is not something that I hear often. I mentioned to your friend that I didn't really grow up around people, considering I only had papa, dad, and mum, and my brother, of course, but he came a lot later.
Well, as long as you're tagging along with us, be ready to hear that more often, I suppose.
I'm, again, thank you. I guess I'm not doing well. I was hoping we'd at least have 3 of you.
I was hoping to get the whole party back together as well, but beggars can't be choosers, and unfortunately, you're stuck with my sorry ass.
If it's any consolation, your sorry ass, she does inverted commas, bunny ears, is a heck of a lot better than my brother and I.
There's a small smile that cracks through Valerius's somewhat gloomy appearance, and he gives a nod back. Well, I do try my best.
I perhaps when we're sort of at camp, when it's a bit more relaxed. She pauses for a while, and you can tell she's holding back, but eventually she does open up. I saw you almost puke at the war room, and I was wondering if you're all right.
Valerius lets out an exhausted slash exaggerated sigh slash laugh before he stops and goes, No, no, I'm not okay. Not at all, to be perfectly honest. But situation is not too good for me to grieve or mope at the moment, so just have to carry on.
Ghost will speak up from her ears. No one is all right.
She nods.
I'll jab a thumb at Ghost. What he said.
I
We
guess
can just
when
try to be all right every day, and then hope one day that dream becomes a reality.
um the brother's voice pipes up, I guess I I think if you grow up in a situation where things weren't great in the first place, you we don't know what all right means, is what I'm trying to say before he continues trudging along, looking at the map, conferring with Ghost.
So just not all right means knowing you will survive the next day.
I like that. That's actually
Valerius nods. My definition of all right is you can enjoy a cup of water without any worries that anything bad will happen. Just a simple glass of water.
you see Van squint at a mention of you're talking about safety and knowing that nothing will happen and enjoying a glass of water. If I may, who were you before all this?
Well, I well, was in a sense where the person I was before was the heir of the Riker Corporation. I didn't I didn't agree with the values and the practices of my family and company, and they told me to just basically put a lid in it, and they made my cousin the heir. So yeah, I'm fortunate enough to come from a background where I think many people on the continent at the moment would just dream of having. And it's humbling to see, well, what's all that happens now.
She nods. I hope we find some information about your Rikers. I do think I'm right in that they did become something good, at least.
Here's hoping, but not hoping too much.
All right, I'll probably ask you more questions later. I'll leave you alone for now. As soon as she says that, Valerius, with Foamy's help, you pick up something. Make me a perception check with advantage.
Oh, let's go.
So go straight.
22.
22 is good. Foamy picks up a object. Foamy, floaty.
Okay.
Gummy bears. Floaty picks up an object. Like it's not seeing the object properly, but it's quickly coming towards your direction.
Pulls out spyglass? The fuck am I looking at?
Okay. Make me another straight perception.
Okay, I have a question before I make this straight perception check. I currently have disadvantage on ability checks.
Mhm.
My cloak of eyes gives me advantage on perception checks. If floaty helps me, do I get advantage?
There is no triple advantage. You either have
Sad.
advantage or you don't.
Okay. Perception 31.
31. Okay.
So if they allowed stacking advantage, then whoever side has the higher number wins.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
that doesn't make sense. It's like I don't play with triple advantage or disadvantage. That's just no.
50 goblins help each other and push you off the cliff.
It's just how many goblins?
Shad, do you still remember the time when that shield wall pushed you and hung off the edge?
Oh god. No, we pushed the shield off the edge
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Someone turned into
Because-
a giant gorilla.
because I play a bard. Sorry people, tangent for a while. It's pretty good. When in doubt, abuse shove.
Yes. Yeah, shove is so good.
Turn into giant monkey, abuse shove. Anyway, continuing. You pick up your spyglass and you see you get enough of a vantage point to peer out. It's blindingly bright because the day's weather is just good.
Hmm.
And you see the snow move underfoot. You do realize it's humanoid, and it kind of makes you think of the goblin from centuries ago that you borrowed dogs from.
Is it coming at us fast?
Dash fast.
Oh, dash fast. Oh, that is concerning. Is it obvious that it's making a way towards us, or is it just like happening to go in a direction that we are crossing?
It seems to be making a beeline in your direction, although because you rolled a 31, the trajectory seems a bit off. As you continue to peer, how long do you take to observe this phenomena?
If it's far enough that I can have a 5-minute conversation and it's still not here, I will peer for 30 seconds. If
Okay,
not,
yeah.
10 seconds.
It's very far away.
Okay, I would say that if Valerius stops moving for like 10-20 seconds or something, Ghost will turn around. It's like, what is it?
Valerius will pipe up. There is something coming towards us. It's burrowing through the snow. We might have company soon. And Valerius pulls out the pistol from his holster.
All right.
Not be on the ground. He immediately looks around for any elevation point.
Make me a survival check because the area that you're in seems to be flat. So you're actively looking for any boulders to hide behind or any higher ridges, ledges.
Valerius would do the same, and yeah.
Okay. That is a 14 for Ghost, do you have anything to take your 22?
Does me helping him give him the 22?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 22
Okay.
then.
Because you look around, about a 5-minute run will tell you you should be able to get up about 15 foot up at a snow embankment, and you know well enough that it is solid. Valerius, you look out and you know you have time before that, before whatever this thing is. Hang on. You scrutinize it as it gets slightly closer. Are those snowshoes?
As in like racket snowshoes or
Yeah. I'm going off your 30 massive number. You squint with your eyeglass. Unfortunately, Floaty cannot zoom in anymore before it becomes pixelated Batman.
To motion to the others. Something seems to be burrowing. Let's head over there. Make ourselves scarce.
it
They
looks like
agree.
snowshoes, Valeris offhandedly says while making their way over to wherever we're going.
Doesn't matter. If it's people, it can still be trouble.
Valeris nods and opens up the portable hole and gestures for the siblings to get in.
You
Valeris has now become helicopter.
helicopter. You manage to find a flat enough land to open the portable hole, and as you ascend, Ghost, you've become part of a hill because you're as white as snow.
Yes.
All people can see is like a nose if you haven't buried it under more snow.
Yeah.
Valerius, you are still quite visible since you're in the air.
That's fine. Once we get to the embankment, I'm gonna get off and let the siblings out.
Okay, make me another perception check.
Alright. Perception. Let's go. Low roll, 18.
18. You distinctively saw a snowshoe, so you're peering again to see if you catch anything else. The burrowing creature seems to have paused and is gingerly moving left or right. Unfortunately, while at that distance, you hadn't caught it surface.
At this point, Valeris is like, okay, this is strange. Have we made it to the embankment yet?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, get out. I'll dismount the thing and let the siblings out. I will lay down on the ground and activate my stealth field while also sending Floaty to figure out the fuck are we looking at.
How? Let's say this thing is like 200 plus feet away at this point, gaining ground.
I will set Floaty at 100 feet away and just turn him into camera mode.
Camera mode. Okay. You observe
I roll
and
stealth.
you do some mathematics.
Never mind.
Wow. You're very visible. That carpet is loud, okay? It's like
Carpet is loud.
it's just opulence. The gold trim and you know the tassely bits that expensive carpets have? Like it's glinting in the sun.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Even Floaty's like, wow, tassels. Anyway, you make me an insight check. No, make me a general intelligence check.
Do I have disadvantage on this as well?
Yes.
11.
Okay. You don't need much. You watch it move through Floaty, and you triangulate the speed at which it is coming. It looks to be moving about 50-ish feet every 6 seconds.
Valeris will pull out his pistol and just announce to Ghost, it's within weapons range. Do you want me to fire a warning shot?
Remember what we saw last time burrowing? Just stay still.
I did
The
not catch that. What'd you say?
Do you remember what we faced last time burrowing? Just stay still.
All right. Valerius holds his fire then.
you hold your fire, but you steady your aim, and eventually, a head pops out, and you recognize the short stature and the outfit. It was the merchant,
Eh?
and she is now looking for footprints. She finds it.
The merchant we rescued?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
You hear Bureau say, "What? I thought they were going their own way. What's she in a hurry about? Hang on. Let's wait here, unless you have any other ideas."
Uh,
What?
let's watch, yeah. Valerius pulls out the spyglass and sets his pistol aside.
Galerius, do you have the observant feat?
I do have the observant feat. Wait, do I?
So
One
you can
second.
read.
Wait. Level 12 ASI. Yes, I do.
Meh.
So you can read lips.
Yes.
Mhm.
If it's saying anything. If it's not, then bopian.
She doesn't look to be saying anything. You also don't see the guy, the male she is traveling with. She seems to be alone, and she doesn't have a backpack either.
How is she burrowing through the ground? Okay.
You see her duck under the snow again, following your footprints.
Wait, our footprints?
Yes.
Okay, hold up.
When when she surfaced, it was just her head coming up. Okay. What from the disturbance in the snow? Does she seem much larger, or like is the disturbance in the snow like a shape of something larger?
Make me a survival check since she's near enough.
Okay.
22. No, you think she's about the same size. She comes closer and
Okay, so
closer
she's
to where you were. And then she surfaces, this time her whole body, shaking snow off her, brushing her shoulders and looking around and scratching her head.
I'm gonna look at Wendigo. It seems she's tracking us. I'm gonna send Floaty in with a greeting.
uh, how far
Let's-
away is she?
How far do you want to be away from her? I will give you that.
100 feet,
Oh,
Mike.
says, can you use your head talk without giving yourself away?
She's
can
within range.
definitely-
If it's 100 feet, yep,
Yep.
message.
Okay, what are you saying?
It's like, hello again. This is Valerius. Are you looking for us?
Jesus Christ, I don't even know who that is. But where are you? I've been looking all over the place. I've been running. I'm so tired. Oh,
Wait, hold up. Okay. Valerius like looks over at Ghost and the siblings.
Ghost
She-
doesn't catch any of this meant. Okay, you're explaining.
Yeah, I relay what's going on. Do you want to meet them?
Why are they looking for us?
Good question. Valerius taps back his helmet. Why are you looking for us?
my husband has information that he decided that we should share with you. After all, you saved us.
Valerius looks very confused and turns back to Ghost. Her husband has information she wants to share with us, apparently.
She can do it now with you over the head.
Okay. Valerius just repeats what Ghost says and say, for safety reasons, we're not going to reveal ourselves.
That's a good idea. And then she also goes a bit under the snow, but you can see her.
Oh, thank God. She went completely invisible. It was like, oh, crap.
Like it's enough that most beast would not clock her.
Okay, gotcha.
But you have very high passive perception, so you're like, yeah, that's not a mushroom.
Okay, cantik.
And she goes, you're having a back and forth conversation. It is quite disjointed, but you have done this before. Anyway, my husband is not here. I left him because I'm a little bit faster. Then there's a caravan settlement on the way to where you're going. We call it the Snow Shift Caravan. And if you're thinking of stopping by, they have space. It would be a nice place for you to just relax for a while. Thought I should let you know. Also, they're only going to respond if you stand in a particular location and make this noise. And she gives you a sequence of whistles that you're smart enough to remember.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
It's a very simple whistle.
Okay.
Here. You watch her pop out of the snow again. It's sort of like a prairie dog.
Okay.
And she takes out a piece of chalk and a piece of paper and she scribbles, I've got the location here. And I'm putting it over here. And if you catch it fast enough, hopefully it doesn't get eaten by the snow. Again, thank you so much. I've given my name to the siblings. Hopefully we meet again. And then just as quickly as she was having that conversation, she disappears back under the snow and you see little mounds following the burrowing that she's doing. This time not as fast.
Oh, okay. Valerius looks over at Floaty and nods, and Floaty goes to fetch the note.
Make me a Are you watching her?
Yes.
Okay. Don't make me a perception check. You see that she pops out again and waves her arms. You're still within range.
Okay. I would say thanks for the help and the information. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Oh, one more thing. Watch out for some wandering giants. They're sort of going south as well. I don't know why. They seem to have big ice lizards with them.
Ah, I see. Thank you. Okay.
And then you see an okay, and then she disappears into the snow again, leaving just like a bump.
Oh God. Okay. Valerius tells the party that whatever information that was relayed, especially the fact about the snow giants.
Mm.
Like, oh boy, funny. Not funny, like, oh God.
Floaty comes by and deposits the parchment to you. As you open it, you see a very rudimentary sketch of a map, like a whisper of a map. Thankfully,
So,
you have Biro
and study.
besides you. Sorry?
Mm-hmm.
Ghost will study the map.
Okay, Biro is also
Bullet.
there, so if you want to make nobody has cartography, right?
No one has cartography.
Okay, Biro is there
Even
to
if
give
Ghost
you
had cartography, it would be like 250 years outdated. So no.
it's fine. People make me a survival check with advantage. Anybody. Okay, 21.
21. Mm-hmm.
With Bureau's help, you understand the markings, you understand that the letters, the numbers are telling you how far away it is, and he takes out his own map to scribble along the way, and he puts an arrow in a circle, and it says Snow Shift Caravan. And then he puts a star with a question mark. Giants? Ice lizards? I don't like this business about ice lizards and giants. We've dodged them so far. Hopefully we can keep dodging them.
We will.
Anyway, what do you think? Snowshift caravan is definitely closer than he points to the location that you were going to go to.
Have you met it before?
He shakes his head. I've heard of
We
them.
can try.
All right.
What do you hear?
I've heard of a nomadic group. I've heard of several actually, and he starts listing down names. Snowshift Caravan. I've heard of the Wanderers. I've heard of Snow Wolves, although they might not be too friendly.
So there's the snow wolves and there's the travelers.
The Wanderers.
The wanderers, sorry.
These are technically the more friendly ones.
Okay.
All right.
Merchants, however, they are not.
I see.
And if I remember correctly, the Wanderers and the Snow Shifts tend to have children with them. And then Van goes, well, if the merchant lady decided that it's information enough for us, maybe there's something interesting there. You know, we can tell them about stuff we've been doing. Maybe collect them into our cause.
Wouldn't call that. Let's find out things.
She nod. Are any one of you hungry? And then she takes out a piece of jerky and she starts eating it. We also exchange food in return for saving their life.
Oh. Valerius will pass for now, but he does say thank you.
You keep moving.
No need.
Yeah, you guys keep moving, but in a new direction this time. Eventually, finding yourself after hours of travel nearby where the marker is, but it is getting dark. So do you want to rest or do you want to push?
Push.
Push. Ghost, you are aware of the terrain and the weather. It can get kind of dodgy sometimes, but you're not sure because today was good. Make me a survival check. Without advantage because Bureau is of no help.
Does this count as going to brawl?
Sort of.
Okay, so does that advantage apply?
Which one?
The advantage on going to the city of Brawl.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
It's more of an awareness of weather patterns at this point.
Okay, 18.
18.
Oh, Valerius will also make it a point to open up the portable hole whenever someone needs a break from walking, because Valerius is just gonna sit on his carpet.
The siblings are like, it's alright, it's alright. We're sort of used to this.
Valerius nods. Alright.
Where was I? With an 18, you ascertain the weather. It has been good so far. You look around, you feel for chill in the wind. And you think you agree with Valerius to push on. At least until it gets really dark. You look around to the siblings. And they agree with you, and you push on.
Ikazuo.
How many hours do you want to push on?
I'll leave that decision up to Ghost.
Ghost will keep moving. And if people slow down, he'll pick them up.
Okay. At some point, both of the siblings will be like, okay, oh, we're tapping out. That hole that you mentioned, I'm in.
Open. Buka.
10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. And then the sister requests to ride on Ghost's back for a while.
Ghost just nods and lets her get on.
You travel for another 4 hours. It's now 11 p.m. You can choose to go further. It is dark. It is much colder. But at least
How far away are we by estimation?
maybe another 5 hours of travel?
Sweet Lord.
I mean, this is considered near.
Yeah, fair.
And surprising.
What do you think, Mike?
Ghost will be of the mind to continue pushing on, but he will look to the others. Maybe another 5 hours. I can keep going.
Well, okay. Mechanics question.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to push another 5 hours, would we incur a penalty of exhaustion?
If you can get a guaranteed long rest, no. Otherwise, yes.
Hmm. 5 hours is until we reach the
The
meeting
place
spot
where
for
you're supposed to do the whistling.
the snow shift caravan. Yeah. Okay lah. Valerius nods at Wendigo that he's good to keep going. Oh, Wendigo, go. Sorry.
Hmm.
Okay. Make
It's not-
me a survival check to track your location. This time Biro is of no help because he's kind of tired.
I suppose I'll be helping Wendigo then.
Sure. 23. Very
23.
good.
Thank God.
Your trajectory does not falter. You keep going your way, and you find yourself on top of a sort of hill looking down into a valley. Because it is dark, how far can you see?
Valerius has dark vision and see invisibility up to 120 feet.
Okay. Wendigo.
Ghost.
Sorry, Ghost.
Let me see.
Floaty has dark vision up to 60.
If he needs to look down into the darkness, he can use his spectral visage as one key point.
Mm-hmm.
So he will like put his paws over his face, and then through his paws, like a different set of eyes will peek through for a moment. 120 feet also. Dark vision.
Floaty has range of 60 feet dark vision and has transmittable range up to 1 mile.
Okay. We will get back to you in a bit as we do a jump cut to Snoopy. Snoopy, you arrive home. Tell me what home looks like.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I arrive home. It is a 3-story building. It's a little bit torn up. No, some walls are busted, covered with makeshift planks and well, all the other materials they used to cover up the holes. You can hear babies crying a little bit. You can hear children screaming, playing, and but you can't see anybody because that's the point of a safe house.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You. It's been a few hours since you left. The really bad planners. No whisperware. This is just another day for you. But now you have a decision to make. But you still have time. What are you doing at home? Mensum has gone with you because John has said that they're going to need more supplies.
Yep.
Because 2 of the children has the flu. Fun times.
Oh. So wait, you said from decision to make?
Mm-hmm.
What is
Uh,
what is
Mensum had been having a conversation with you before he disappeared. It went sort of something like this. Sir, I don't know if it would be in our favor to stay with the 2 kids and the giant white bear and whatever that soldier guy is. I mean, I personally have this family to take care of.
uh um was there a discussion about whether we want to do something else? Sorry, I wasn't around last week.
No, you sort of left them very early in the morning because John came back and said, "Hey, it's all good, but we've got 2 flu kids. They got influenza A and it's really bad. You might want to check up on them."
And I bounced.
Yeah, and you bounced. You left a verbal letter with John. John's just like, "Oh yeah, they left. They left. They might come back. I don't know when, but they'll catch you up." And John's like, "I'm not following you guys."
Yeah. Okay. I need to take care of the 2 sick kids first. So I will have to go and see whether I can find any supplies from the nearby other villages and other people.
You know that it's going to take a really long time to get to another village. But you do have the ability to send some of your people to get it for you. You could
Yes.
send
Yes.
Mensum, you could send some of the other fellas.
Okay. I will. One of the 2 kids' father is one of my good well, not right hand man. What's the right one? What's the not exactly right hand man? But
The
good
not
enough.
right head.
Yeah, he
The
knows
other
what
guy.
how to do things. So
Mhm.
I assigned him to take another one of his fellow comrades to go to the next village to
Yes.
to get meds for
The
his own
kids.
child and +1.
He agrees with what you say. At the same time, he is sort of fending off one of the kids who is desperately trying to get your attention from behind the door, and eventually because children, if you don't look at them, they teleport, manage to get in through the door and has jumped onto your leg. August Noobie! August Noobie, where did you go this time?
What's his name?
This is Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. I went to make some new friends.
Are they coming back here too? What about the big guy? He was really fluffy.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I left them, those 2 boys, they're not feeling well, so I left them early to try and take care of them. So maybe next time you want to meet them again.
For sure. Last time he was here, he let me sort of hide in his fur. It was really warm. But he wouldn't
Oh,
sort of tell me anything. I asked him a lot of questions.
I was not aware of that.
So many
does
questions.
He does seem quite fluffy.
Big nod. as a child would do. And then after nodding, you know the cough that kids like to do where they stick out their whole tongue and then just go
Yes.
make me insight check.
Where are you inside? Inside.
Whoa, natural 20.
20.
You know when the flu is spreading. And it looks like Kevin's about to get the flu.
Oh no.
Are you going
I-
out again?
Yep, I think I need to tell them to bring more medicine back.
The guy that you were speaking to before nods. I reckon that we're going to have to bring more. A lot more. And then he goes, well, Kevin, let's go. Mr. Snoopy has things to do. And I have to tell Auntie Glinda that I have to be away for a while.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna go now. Also, I made this for you. And he holds out literally a pebble.
I smile and take it. Thank you. Keep
You
it with me.
scrutinize it, and it has a very crude, kind of cute drawing of a flower.
Mm.
I hope that would give you luck. I heard Mama say that, you know, your inventions, your inventions, something like that, will be transported into stuff. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And I wave.
Sir, Mensum
Yes.
speaks up finally, amused by that whole thing. Congratulations on the gift. So what's the plan?
Hello?
Hello? He asks, what's the plan?
Oh. I What do you think? What do you think?
He puts his hand up in the defeated sort of thing. This is my home. Unfortunately, this is all I can do. I do the running, make sure the kids are fed. The siblings told me there's another shipment coming up, so I'm gonna have to pick it up.
These siblings,
He nods.
do we know anything about them? Like anything in more detail? How do they get this information?
I'm gonna make him roll. Yeah. Oh, okay. Not bad. I did some checks with some of the people. Apparently, word's out that they travel a lot. They talk to a lot of people. They're trying to gather some sort of army. I wouldn't call it an army, more like a contingent of people who mean well. Don't get me wrong. It's great what they're trying to do, but we're at war. They're kids. What do they know? But at least, they're well liked by certain factions. People who post, I relay the message, who are these kids? They're like, they're good kids. I'm waiting
And
for more information on who their parents are. I heard through the grapevine that there's a possibility that we might get the information sooner than later.
Okay, then maybe keep me posted. I'm a little curious as well. Whose parents will allow the kids to just run around like this,
He shrugs.
especially in this time?
You know as well as I, it's not difficult for parents to simply disappear, leaving kids to fend for themselves. You see a 1,000-yard stare as he looks towards the children who are playing outside. You watch him,
Yeah.
and then you also look outside and you see one of the kids has a massive booger coming out of their nose and it's dripping down. And then you watch that kid inhale, and the booger is gone.
I look away.
Sorry?
I look away and shake my head.
He's gross.
I wanna remove that image from my mind.
Kids, man. Kids. Fun times.
So I am a little torn because for so many years now, this is what I'm working for. Is here, protecting these people, these part of our family, I might say. But to how to what end, you know? If those two kids are right and they're on the right path, shouldn't we support them?
You're right.
And
But, sir, I am very ill equipped to support them. I will go to the ends of the earth with you, but this is my heart.
maybe there are some things that we are lacking, that's for sure. But have you seen the other guy that we just rescued?
He looks rough. He looked rough. You think he's okay?
Yeah. But you not see all the things that were on him? I think he makes those things. And if what we are worried about is not being equipped enough, if I'm right, he might be able to fix that.
He nods. Well, we are in need of a lot of fixing. Then he takes out a sheet of paper. It looks like a to-do list. You see hand scribbles of things that are supposed to be fixed. You see number of light bulbs. You see general plumbing stuff. And then you go, kids are getting bored. They need toys. And then you see the last entry, flu, question mark.
Well, yeah. So, and do we know anything about the other two that they're trying to save? Did you hear anything else?
He shakes his head. Nothing concrete aside from the fact that they're extremely dangerous and they're not where you are. Which means
Yeah.
they're out and about destroying something.
That is true. And as much as I can't help but wonder if they are the people that destroyed my village, it seems that maybe it's not, they didn't do it out of their own will. And if that's the case, maybe we need to find out the person behind all this.
He nods. Well, we know the head of the snake is the matriarch. None of us have the ability to take her down. At the moment. But you know, with enough people, enough of an uprising, maybe we can storm her city.
That sounds pretty impossible right now, but who knows? I mean, we can't do it ourselves, but what if we work together and maybe the two siblings do have something more up their sleeves? They couldn't have gotten all this way with nothing.
He nods.
I think
They
we
kept
should work with them.
they kept talking
What's-
about
Mhm.
their papa. I'm interested, at least to get to know this papa. When he says papa, it's clearly mocking the way Van speaks.
Yes.
He seems to know a lot, and there's not many people out there who knew what happened 2 centuries ago. I mean, the elves are pretty reclusive. That or they live in the city. I'll try to get more information.
Yes. I think that's how we're gonna work.
All right, I'll send some people out, go on the message boards, get some information, hold the fort down for you. The kids will be fine. They're kids. They get sick all the time.
Okay. I think.
I'll go with you until we meet them. Track them down. And then I'll come back here.
I smile at him warmly. Thank you for always being by my side.
It's a pleasure working with you.
Pet.
He pat back. Why does it sound like you're leaving for good? He gives you like a smile as if it's a joking way of saying, "Don't be so depressing. What the hell?"
I shrug it off. Yeah, maybe. I just got a lot of things in my mind recently. Shouldn't be.
Make me an insight check for the inside of your head.
Inside again.
13.
13.
You feel at the back of your mind a tickle, as though a large, tubby, orange cat has rolled around and is stretching. It seems as though they're excited to know that you're heading out again. And you hear a distant comment. Ugh. I'm so happy we're leaving. I'm so bored. And then the voice disappears, and that itch at the back of your mind disappears as well.
I push the thought aside and I inwardly tell her, shush now.
She doesn't resurface again.
Uh-huh.
Mensum looks at you. You frequently sometimes just stare off into the distance, thinking about leadership stuff, probably. He clears his throat. Sir, we could get moving now. Maybe catch up with them.
Sure, let me just make a round just to make sure everything's in order. And then we'll head out.
Okay. How long are you sticking around to do your checks?
I go around, I check on all the holes, the doors, the planks, the kids, shake some hands, toss
It
some
takes
kids
you
around.
it takes you a good 2 hours to go around your
Yeah.
entire compound. It's not a big compound. The field
There's a
of
lot
Gar is not really a field. It's an underground cavern with a mushroom farm, happy people, laughter. Right now, coughs. It took you 2 hours because you kept on getting distracted by the children who are always delighted to see you. It took you 2 hours because you were distracted by the delicious smells of a stew your chef is cooking. More bat with a side of more mushroom. And the salad of the day, lichen. Delicious as usual. Is there anything in particular you want to check?
No, like I mentioned, just the the doors and everything.
The things that needed to be fixed, you think about 20% have been fixed since you've been away, but it seems like a continuous struggle. These aren't magic users. They're tradesmen. Um, Rangers, hunters, farmers. If they had magic, you think they wouldn't be here. They'd be elsewhere. Nothing you can do except make note, send a message to someone to fix it. The outhouse is full again, but that just means after a few days, it becomes fertilizer. Mensum appears in your periphery again, this time packed with your stuff as well. Sir?
Have you said all your goodbyes? Have
He
you
nods.
gone for not too long, but long enough for them to miss you, I think.
He nods. They know I'm coming back. They know you're coming back. Just, it's gonna take a little longer.
Yeah. Then I think we can go. Or we want to eat the stew first.
He takes out a tumbler, pets it. Got some to go.
Then I think we can. Let's go then.
You head out, tumbler in hand. There's enough for the both of you. It takes you a while to travel. With advantage, make me 4 survival checks.
4.
Yes. Advantage, So
2, 3, go 4.
yes. All very good.
Okay.
Yes. With a natural
Cool.
20. The natural 20 helps you cut the time of travel significantly. The day is unnaturally nice. You haven't seen a beautiful day like this in a while. It's like whatever the universe is telling you, it must be positive. The first half of your tracking finds you at a very strange, big hole. This wasn't here before. Even Mensum is confused. Sir, this might be new. None of the slush and snow has solidified yet. You see a very, very deep sinkhole. And thankfully you find tracks. You continue following, quickly this time. And slowly, as the day becomes darker and darker and darker, it takes you a while to reach. And then we cut back to Valerius and Ghost and the siblings. With your magical sight, your enhanced sight, you look around. This looks like the right place. The siblings nod, but they're tapped out. They're tired. They're leaning against a tree. You're on top of a hill looking down. It's you don't see any encampment yet, but you're pretty sure this is the correct place for you to do the whistles.
Valerius looks over at Wendigo, at Ghost and gives him a nod. And he puts his fingers up to his mouth, waiting for Ghost to give the okay.
Muted?
Mike.
Sorry. Is the hill we are on the spot or the place further down the hill?
The hill you are on is supposedly the spot.
Okay. Ghost will just nod to Valerius.
Okay,
It will be
Valerius.
obvious.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You were
And
told
Ghost is relieved he doesn't have to do the whistling because it sounds terrible coming from him.
it's just blueberries. No, sorry, raspberries. It's just I'm kidding.
Nah,
Ghost
it's
is
more
probably
like the kind of noise that like preludes a horror movie scene if he tries to whistle.
let's not scare the caravanners. Make me a performance check.
Well, maybe not the best person to ask to do this. But that's a natural one.
You try the first time. Tell me how you botch it.
Okay. So the idea is like, okay, you're supposed to put your two fingers in your mouth and then you like fold your tongue up against your teeth, and as Valerius goes to blow, he accidentally bites on his tongue as he goes to inhale. So it
How
goes
do
as
you even do that?
Valerius just calls. I'm not sure how, but in any case. After
Both
that failed
siblings look
attempt,
up. Like what?
Valerius, in an attempt to recover, picks up a random rock and designates. It makes several whistle noises.
Okay. Make me. Do you have Tinker's tools?
Of course I do.
Okay. Advantage on Tinker's tools.
Advantage on Tinker Tools. Okay.
So watch him improvise. And just go, "Ooh, you
Wait,
have
hold up.
time."
No, you do realize that I'm using my class ability that allows me to, whenever I press a certain object, it emits a recorded noise or something, right?
Yeah, but you're still going to have to record it.
Okay.
You
Tinker's
can-
Tools, right?
You can get somebody else to whistle it for you.
Never mind, it's okay. Is this a dexterity check or an intelligence based check?
Intelligence, since you're tinkering with something and you're guiding that person with the correct whistle, because you're the only one that heard it.
33.
Very good. With your guidance, you manage to pick a sibling.
The girl.
Okay. You
Yeah,
managed
that
to get.
noise you just made would be what Wendigo whistling sounds like.
The opposite of a New York taxi cab will appear. It's just ghosts.
Okay. Van. I picked Van.
Van learns the tune, understands it, practices a few times, and you watch her wet her lip so that the sound comes out clear. And she makes the sound. A whisper. A whistle.
Okay.
And it's very, very convincing.
That was very
It's now
embarrassing.
recorded into your device.
Yes. Replay.
Can you
Go
adjust
ahead.
the volume?
Blah, 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 blah. Does not say.
I'm gonna say with a 33. I'm gonna say yes. Because, you know,
Okay.
it's a machine.
Increase volume to max.
I would be a shitty DM if you cause a collapse. So I won't.
No.
Because I'm nice. The sound plays. You wait. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. Mind you, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. 15 minutes passed. Around the half an hour mark, the siblings are now asleep against the tree. You hear a reply. A similar whistle, but tweaked. You're not sure what to make of this.
Valerius looks at Ghost. We both heard the reply, right? But what does it mean?
Ghost will lift his muzzle. Where did the sound seem to come from?
Make me a survival check. Your hearing is good, right? Do you have any skills that allow you to perceive with by listening?
Perception, I guess. Perception, I guess.
Okay.
Which is going to be the same.
Oh,
Oh,
it
Oh.
because of the structure of the valley, the reply whistle seems to be bouncing off walls and banks of snow.
Ghost will rise up as like a white little mound and wave a paw in the direction where he thinks the noise is coming from.
Can Valerius make an educated guess to see if where Ghost is waving his hand towards is accurate to where the sound came from?
Make me a perception check to know where the sound came from. It is night. 27.
Go to Joe.
That's pretty high. You look at Wendigo and you think that the sound came about 256 degrees left to where Wendigo is waving.
Oh, jeez. Valerius looks at Ghost is like, I think it came from that way. And Valerius points in the direction he hears from, and then he grabs Floaty off of whoever's shoulder and just yeets him in that direction.
Make me a general wisdom check.
Very well. Oh boy, disadvantage. 7.
7. There is absolutely nothing wrong with a creature large waving their arms in the dark. Nothing wrong at all. No. What are you talking about? Totally safe. Trust me.
Valerius has no inclination, whatever. Yeets Floaty to try and find the sound.
The sound plays again. Make me a intelligence check. Both of you.
10 and 20. I'll flash that to turn into a 15.
Okay. You think goes 9. Okay, with your 20, you think you should try your music box again.
Okay. Tap, tap.
The same sound pops up.
You mean as a reply?
No, your
Oh,
music
okay,
box
okay.
plays a noise. No reply. You wait further. But this time, only 15 minutes pass by as you hear sound of someone steady creeping, coming close to you guys. The siblings are asleep.
Valerius turns around while simultaneously tapping Ghost on the shoulder and pulling out his pistol in the direction of where the sound came from.
You see a tall figure holding a great axe looming
Ghost will
against the
immediately
shadow.
grab. Ghost will immediately grab Valerius's hand and put it down. What are you doing?
Hearing that, a woman's voice comes out. Friend or foe?
Not foe.
How did you find out about us?
Insert name of merchant.
They
The,
had trouble. We help.
the siblings wake up because you said insert name of merchant. Sorry. I'm Van. This is Bureau Clicker. Clicker told us. You see the great axe falter a bit. And eventually gets put back on her back. The looming figure steps out. She is very well covered, so you can't really see her face at the moment. Can you camp out here?
Alright.
I will be with you. Tomorrow I'll take you to camp.
Well,
Valerius nods. Puts away his pistol.
We'll leave as soon as dawn breaks.
Oh boy, how many hours is that?
it's 4 a.m. now.
2
Oh.
2 hours of nap time. You can get a short rest.
Tutup mata sebentar. Aku expend what's the word called? Hit dice.
Ghost will look at Valerius and say, "Don't take that out again when we're meeting merchants."
Valerius nods. Ya Allah, kenapa?
Okay, you bed down for a rest. 2 hours passes by. Light
Ghost will
begins.
just sit down, huddle down, and watch as he does the same, but doesn't close his eyes.
Okay. Light begins to crest and touches the valley. Slowly, bit by bit, being illuminated.
Wait, sorry, how do you get injured again? I thought we had a long rest.
Ah, my bad. I just forgot to reset my hit values.
Yeah, we had a long rest after the fight, and then
Yeah,
we should not have lost any health from the
I
other
forgot about that.
incident.
My bad.
I mean,
Okay.
you can continue to be in pain. I don't know.
No, tak mau.
You were like dripping a blood trail all the way here for like
No
40 hours.
wonder they found us.
Okay, but yeah, sorry. Continue, DM.
Uh, the woman did not sleep. She was watching you the entire time. If you were paying attention. The siblings wake up groggy.
Ghost would have his eyes open, but he'll be deliberately not looking at her, just like watching the rest of the place. Because he's learned that people don't like it when he stares at them.
She seems perturbed by your presence in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And she's unsure about Valerius. Because Valerius is very armored.
No, Valerius does not has his armor switched on at all.
Yeah, but you're still wearing a helmet. You're still... Actually, tell me how the armor comes on and off.
Materializes starting from the badge he has on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite literally like the Avengers Tony Stark nano suit nonsense.
Okay. A helmet's a helmet.
Helmet's a helmet. It is technically part of the armor, but yeah, sure. Separate then.
Okay. Yeah, see, she's eyeing you with mild curiosity.
Valerius does like at some point notices this and he just like takes off the helmet and offers it to her. Do you want to have a look?
It's a helmet, right?
She nods. But then Valerius like kind of smugly she says, probably not a helmet you've ever seen before though.
Are you trying to be friendly?
Yes.
Make me a persuasion check. You haven't rested, so you're back at like being fucking slow.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Exhaustion point.
Yeah. Wait, so I'm back to 2 now?
Yeah. Until you take a long rest.
Okay. Where's my persuasion? Wow, that's a 6. I wonder how many sessions Valerius is gonna have like 2 points of exhaustion on.
I don't know, man. She observes your demeanor and puts her hand up. It's fine.
Valerius nods and puts the helmet back on.
Let's go. The siblings are comfortably nestled up against the tree. They wake up and begrudgingly and very slowly trudge along. Not because they're 2 points of exhaustion, but because they're kind of EP.
Well, Valerius is on 2 points of exhaustion. He just sits on this carpet.
He can show you the world.
Go, so take up the rear.
Okay. A bit of traveling, and you'll find yourself on a somewhat similar hilltop, but this time overlooking an encampment of sorts. Where you stand, there's another ledge below you, and below that, another one. And then a little enclave with 2 trees, 4 carts, 5, maybe. You're not sure if you see any horses, but you see 2 very large tents. And a very small fire. You see a person keeping watch as they realize that you're there, a similar whistle comes out from the tall woman. And then the reply whistle. And then a different whistle as she continues down. It's very early in the morning. Now, an older man greets you. The tall woman is behind you with her arms crossed. The older man looks at you. He's kind of short, kind of raggedy. He looks like he's been around. New visitors. He looks at you. Not merchants. How did you find this place? Or rather, how did you hear of us? And curiously, do you know who we are?
So we'll let Valerius do the talking here.
Sweet Jesus. Okay. What was the name of the merchant again?
The merchant's
lady
name
merchant.
is Glicka.
Glicka. Oh, that's a mosquito. Sorry. Okay. Valerius will very tiredly, while sitting atop his carpet, say, "You guys are the snow shift caravan. Glicka told us about you after we saved her and her husband."
You saved Glicka.
Yeah, from sorry, a from a sinkhole. Yeah, that's the word.
Not many of those appearing and disappearing. How far is this sinkhole?
Valerius pulls out his tablet in a non-threatening manner, flips on the screen, shows it to them, and points our position relative to the sinkhole.
He looks at your tablet very curiously. Make me an insight check.
With disadvantage. Whoopie fucking kaye.
Yeah.
9.
He just looks interested. He doesn't respond negatively. He nods. This kind of slate. I haven't seen it. Very curious technology.
Valerius nods. Well, it was something that only people in my company carried around or knew how to operate.
Ghost, you may make a perception check if you... No, sorry, an insight check if you wish.
Yeah, Ghost has no idea where this is going, but see.
This old man is
Mhm.
regarding Valerius with trepidation, as if he recognizes what this whole getup is.
Ghost will speak up at that time. He's no longer with them.
Surprise. The old man regards you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you realized what I was thinking. So how did you turncoat?
Valerius looked at them and was like, I wasn't willingly working for them in the first place. I was a slave. I'll point to the siblings and Ghost behind me, saved me.
The siblings are leaning against each other. And a big yawn escapes from the sister. The older man regards all of you this time. It seems as though all of you are tired. We are not unkind, but I'm afraid until we prove you safe, we cannot have you within the encampment. You may stay within the perimeter. We will send you food. And we will talk more.
Valerius, before we leave, does speak up as a token of our appreciation for allowing us to stay here. Is there anything in your camp that requires fixing?
A laugh escapes him. Deep, low, amused. We're quite self-sufficient. Thank you for asking. But it seems that the people or things worse for wear are you and your friends.
Valerius nods. He's like, all right then.
Anyanka?
Ghost will nod to them and shamble off slowly.
Okay, you
Valerius
hear
will-
Anyanka, stay with them. And then you see the big woman nod. Again, you're not sure what she is. She's completely covered.
In case, Valerius will will the carpet to turn around and follow Wendigo.
You find a spot about 30 feet away from the encampment where they can see you. And you watch the siblings put what they learned from Wendigo to use as they start building an igloo. I'll make a
We'll
roll.
do the same as well, digging.
With
Valerius
your
will pull
help.
out-
They build a decent sized igloo. And crawl in. Valerius, what are you doing?
Nah, I'll just help the effort by unfreezing some snow, putting it into a casket and putting it into a water bottle, and then just moving around and solidifying areas they think they need reinforcements for.
Awesome. Are you guys building like a together igloo or a separate igloo?
I think together, bah.
Okay. So it's a decent
Ghost
sized
will make a
igloo.
separate one for himself.
Okay, Wendigo.
Oh.
Wendigo has a separate one. He's used to this. Like, Wendigo, how do you build your igloo?
Okay. It will to outside there will be a complex like motion below the surface, but to outsiders watching, it looks like he just digs himself down into a hole.
You watch
Like
a
dig,
burrowing
dig,
motion.
dig.
You watch as snow gets kicked out of the hole. It's somewhat reminiscent of this creature that you've read about in your schooling times. A wombat. When the Wendigo is a white wombat. Very strange. This amuses you in your sleepy state. Anyanka is amused by the structures you have built and lets you sleep. Do you take 8 hours?
Ghost will take as much time as is offered.
You don't get interrupted at all. In fact, aside from Anyanka, nobody has bothered to say hello. And you are alone for a long rest.
door. I put Floaty outside as a watchdog.
8 hours later. None worse for wear. All of you wake up. Valerius, you have one less exhaustion point.
God fucking damn it, I'm still at 1.
Thankfully, the game has stated that you can only take a long rest once every 24 hours.
Level 1 is actually the worst already.
Yeah.
And you hear the sound of the ting 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 ting, but against the solid ice.
Oh, Valerius wakes up. Comes outside. Looks at Floaty. What's up?
You see cresting the hill a figure you recognize to be Snoopy. Anyanka is already at a stance as if she's about to throw hands. Snoopy!
Valerius goes back inside, wakes up the siblings.
Snoopy.
Snoopy, you see an encampment below in the valley, and you see an igloo just at the side of the encampment. And there is a bundle of angry, covered, tall creature with a great axe about to attack? Question mark? You feel as if you're not welcome here. And then you see a floating object furiously banging itself, or a hanging bit, on top of an igloo. And then you see somebody you recognize pop out, only to go back in.
Do I recognize the person with the axe?
Nope.
But I recognize the person that popped his head out and...
Yes, that's definitely Valerius. You got bed hair and everything.
I call out, "Hey, Valerius!"
Valerius, you hear your name being called out quite loudly.
Aku tak kisah. Aku gi wake up the siblings saying, guys, Snoopy's outside. Then he goes back to his bedroll and attempts to sleep longer.
Immediately, the siblings stand at attention. They're well rested and they run out, and you watch them put their finger on their mouth and loudly go shh, shh, shh. You see them mouth stop, quiet, and then you sort of watch as Biro interposes himself between you, who is still really far away, and the angry axe wielding person. Do you make your way down?
Yep.
Okay. You make your way down. The axe wielding person is now mildly confused and has lowered their axe, and you hear the siblings go, "That's our friend. That's Mr. Snoopy. You've heard of Snoopy, right? The one that does jobs in return for favors?
No.
Not those kind of favors?" The woman, the person with the axe, sheaths the axe behind her back, and her arms cross. Snoopy, you're now on the same level as them. What are you doing?
I say hi, like, "Hi, guys. Room for 2 more?"
With suspicion, but accepting that she has heard of you, possibly. Make me an insight check.
Inside check. 11.
11. Just this person doesn't look happy from their eyebrows, but they let you pass. They take a step back. You hear them mumble something. And the siblings are like, You're back. You're here.
Yeah, I went back and I thought about it. And I think I'd like to join you guys on your adventure.
You have never seen two people so happy to hear those words. Wait. The reason why we're here, and we're very thankful that you decided to join us. This is Biro talking. As the sister is just stunned mullet. She's like, what? Pinch me. I don't know what to say. Right, so we almost died in a sinkhole. Ghost saved us. We saved a bag that belonged to merchants, and they told us about this place as a place to lay over while we're making our way to the old city. And now we're in a liminal space where they don't trust us yet. But hopefully they will. Yes, we did come here unannounced at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is why most of them are still asleep. She turns around. Miss Anyanka, was it? What? Do you think we could speak with the old man? Sure. Do your friends need to sleep anymore? Let me go check. Van disappears into the igloo. Mr. Valeria, sir. Do you need more rest?
Valerius, semi-annoyedly, like, sits up in his cot and looks over at Van with, like, intense eye bags beneath his head. Below his eyes, it's like, does it look like I need more rest?
Right.
Is there
Shh.
something important we need to do right now?
Well, it would be good for us to actually start talking to the elders. I could get it started.
Valerius begrudgingly gets up, picks up his helmet and slams it on his head and starts walking towards the exit.
Okay. You come out. Snoopy, you see all this happen. You vaguely hear grumbling. You're not sure what. You see a hole buried into the ground, and you can guess that would be Ghost. Are you doing anything in particular?
Ghost has not left his burrow at all.
Ghost is like, fuck you guys. Snoopy, what is happening in your head right now?
I am taking a look around at the what's it called, the rooming situation, and thinking, this is different. It's not the same ground that I sleep on anymore.
You're correct.
Maybe it's softer.
The
Maybe
snow?
it's colder. Maybe we'd like it more. He asked inside.
The sassy voice pops up in your head again. It tickles. Every time she talks, it tickles. Well, we're out and about. How about we try getting to know the people. Where's Wendigo? Wait, Wendigo's gone. Ghost. And then the tickle disappears. Anyanka is waiting for all of you. Her gruff voice cuts. Well, get a move on. The old man doesn't take too kindly to tardiness, but I guess he let you sleep. That's something.
The old man? Question mark.
Right, you weren't here. She lets your team catch you up.
Valerius is in no mood to talk unless it's strictly necessary and just makes his way towards the encampment. Or should I say floats his way to the encampment?
Anyanka is a little bit more receptive to the siblings who are now fresh. Well, fresher. And this is the first time you see her taking an interest in your very loud flying carpet. And by loud, I mean colorful. But she doesn't say anything. As you trudge closer and closer to the encampment, she keeps a keen eye on you. This time you see people outside. There are a few children running around the fire. You see a woman carrying a basket going into a much bigger tent. You see a few horses around some hay scattered on the ground. You see a carriage with some sort of makeshift awning and 2 chairs in front of a fire. And then you watch as Anyanka point to that carriage. He's in there. Why don't you knock on the door? He'll come out.
Valerius looks at Ghost and Snoopy, expecting to do all the talking again, so he just walks up to the thing.
This isn't
And
even there.
I see. Okay, Valerius just walks up to the door and just goes.
The door opens. With a smile on the old man's face, he says, "We will join you next week at the continuation of this game."
Oh my god! I was like, what?
Thank you everybody for watching. It is 11 o'clock. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And 2 weeks more, and then the other 2 will join. We'll see how far the gang gets along in getting to know this new encampment. I do have to say though, Ghost, that the chitter from the 2 women in your head start getting more rambunctious, excited. You can ignore them right now since you're trying to get some rest. But they're there. Okay, bye!
Bye.
Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.